3, 2, 1. All right. With a little bit of the pickles. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get into it today. Holy crap, where am I? Why is this playing? Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, drop that sub and like, hit that notification bell for the most up-to-date and recent Rust Console Edition news. I'm your boy RazorTube, and today we're going to talk about a huge update for Rust Console's comeback. And it's a patch for the PTB servers for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, and all the OG consoles out there. All right, so the PTB, Public Testing Branch, if you got it, now you know there's a patch out right now that fixes all of our woes as the Rust Console community. Well, at least I hope. So anyways, with that being said, let's get into the patch notes, and then after that, we'll talk a little bit about stuff, but this is a long sheet of patch notes for the Rust Console Edition, so prepare yourself, sit back, get some popcorn, make a sandwich, get a little drink of water, you know, eat a Twinkie or two, I don't know, just do something. All right, so let's get into it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I just don't like the beeping in my ear. All right, now we'll get into it. All right. So here we go. This is a laundry list. Look at a laundry list of items. Anyways, here's what they fixed. And this is currently on the PTB for the Rust Console Edition. They added wooden barricade covers to the Tech Tree 1. Fixed the shotgun trap muzzle flash appearing horizontally regardless of the orientation. They fixed a bug with turrets so that they will only shoot at targets in their range. Fixed collision for armor roof building blocks. They balanced aiming sensitivity using the 4x zoom scope attached to a crossbow. What? That's crazy. Fixed supply signals disappearing when using the alternate throw action. They improved reload animations on the bolt action rifle, custom SMG, Spaz 12, M39, nail gun, Yoka pistol, and flamethrower. Let me just highlight where I'm at. They fixed the flamethrower firing animation when the player is not firing. They fixed the visual issue causing the flamethrower output fire with only one low-grade fuel. They added missing collision to the 40 millimeter smoke grenade. They removed a screen shake effect while firing the M249. Thank God. They fixed an exploit with the hunting bow that sped up the rate of fire. Yeah, geez, thank God. Changed the large small planter boxes so they can now be stackable. What? Oh, that's dope. Fixed a bug that blocked the recycler output from holding non-recyclable items in its output and immediately ejecting them. They fixed a bug which caused the remove lock prompt to not remove the highlighted key lock. For the world, they added reflections to the ocean water and puddles, not on base versions of consoles. We'll talk about this statement. Remember that I said this later. They also fixed wood texture in the stone fireplace. They fixed the indicator lights on code lock and recyclers to correctly display the current status for monuments. They fixed the Z fighting and LOD issues at the various monuments, including quarries, airfield, train yard, sewer branch, mining outpost, water treatment plant, bandit camp, and outpost. They stopped the vignette becoming fully visible when exploring the dome monument. They fixed multiple visual issues with walkways in the dome monument when viewed through binoculars and zoom scope. Added visual feedback for when players are being burned by fire barrels in the save zones. They fixed rubber banding on the sulfur quarry. They added a mesh for the access slots in any type of quarry monument to show they cannot hold items. Oh, excuse me. They fixed rubber banding that could occur when crouching in the Dropbox area of a metal shop front. They also fixed collisions on metal grates on the fallen satellite dishes in the satellite dish monument. They added wires connecting poles attached to monument puzzle buildings at the satellite dish, harbor, and launch site, which is dope because those whatchamacallit, the wires is what you follow as a new player to find out where the fuse box is in order to put it in. So that's awesome. I like that they added that. That's old school Rust. That's how we figured it out. They added collision to the engine block at the train yard. They fixed an issue causing the wooden chest at the train yard to stay bright in darkness. Improved LOD transition on a silo in the harbor monument. They fixed floating part of the road in the harbor monument on certain map seeds. They fixed rubber banding issues on paper boxes on the small harbor monument. They fixed flooding in the underground section of Oxum's gas station. They fixed I never ran into that. They fixed an issue causing throwable items to disappear when they are thrown at certain walls for Oxum gas station. They fixed places in the lighthouse where players could get stuck between the wall and fridge doors and in the stairway. They fixed an issue stopping players from using all chairs in the gambling room at the bandit camp. They fixed an FPS drop caused by gambling wheel interface. They fixed swamp water from the bandit camp extending beyond the terrain, which is dope because I've seen it. They fixed an issue stopping items thrown at the top floor of the ship in bandit camp being unretrievable. They've removed the underwater effect from under bridges in the bandit camp monument where the player can't go underwater. They fixed an issue causing cargo ship scientists to lose aggro if the player stands still. That's okay. Well, if that was a thing, that was stupid. But I'm glad they fixed it. Fixed an issue causing smoke grenades used on cargo ship to emit correctly. They fixed an issue causing the player to glide on the roof of the first hangar at the airfield monument, which I ran into that when I got into some firefights. I started sliding and I couldn't fire my weapon. I was just stuck in a falling animation, which is, I'm glad they fixed that. That was a dumb glitch. They fixed an issue stopping player from shooting through the empty window frames on the main tower of the airfield. They fixed shadows on the airfield tower. They fixed LOD transitions on the guard tower catwalks at the airfield. They fixed an issue causing barrels to sink into the ground at the airfield. They removed extra crate spawn locations at the airfield monument. They fixed scientist patrol path on the oil rig so they don't get stuck at the smokestack. They fixed heavy scientists idling at the top of the helipad at the oil rig monument. They fixed a bug that caused oil rig and cargo ship scientists to float above the ocean. They fixed the red warning lamps on the helicopter landing pad at the oil rig monument so they only emit light at night. They changed which chairs can be mounted at the launch site monument, and they fixed a bug that caused the player's dead body to float in midair over the launch site pit. They also fixed the doorway on level 2 of the launch site that opened but blocked players from entering. Changed crate spawn locations in the drainage pit at the launch site. They fixed bullet impact, the VFX, from the helicopter pad in the drainage pit at the launch site. They removed red strings that could appear on the screen that when Bradley APC starts firing the cannon. They fixed front lights on the M1 Bradley that were not emitting light. They improved the contrast between light and dark areas at the launch site and caves near the sewer, which leads me to believe they're optimizing each monument individually, which is nice, especially ones that have high traffic in it. They fixed texture pop-ins on buildings at small and large fishing village. Changed the behavior so the players mounts the driver's seat when mounting a newly purchased boat at the fishing village. All right. So for UI, they added a new ping option in the HUD settings and moved the indicator to the bottom left of the screen. Improved the transition into death screen. They fixed the barbecue tool tip to display accurate status when attempting to turn on without fuel. They fixed the prompt shown to the player when aiming at the unauthorized tool cupboard. Fixed water barrel description. It previously had the water catcher description. They fixed display name of the helicopter rocket on the death screen. They improved the consistency of the base stats UI information across all interfaces. They fixed the vignette screen effect so it displays correctly in the corners of the screen. They fixed the description of the turn off, turn on option for the ceiling lamp. They changed server browser search password and filter pop-up buttons prompts to make them consistent with each other. They fixed description of the furnace and large furnace controls so it accurately shows when turning it on and off. Remove tool cupboard's base stats HUD remaining on screen when the HUD visibility is turned off. They changed the display for the upkeep time of a high quality metal so it's consistent between the tool cupboard and the HUD. And they changed name for storage on Robo and Rib so they are both called storage. I don't know why that's a big deal, but hey, they fixed it, right? My storage box is named storage. They fixed the recyclable interactions so players can't store unrecyclable items in the input slot. They changed display name for small oil refinery and monuments. They removed curly brackets in timer and trying to repair recently damaged structures. They also fixed timers for sleeping bag respawn on maps, so it's the same as the timer on the desk screen. They fixed the issues with the take all button so it works even if the hotbar is full and takes all items rather than just a portion or nothing at all. Whew, need a breath. Added missing waveform icon when listening to others on mic. They fixed fill button prompt for low grade fuel being grayed out. They fixed a bug in the desk screen UI so it shows the player's most recent death on the map. Thank God. They removed kill and respawn message prompt carrying over to the desk screen. Fixed the green edit order highlight that could be duplicated and persisted within the vending machine's administration UI. They fixed flickering of the electric fuse icon in the inventory when interacting with the switch on fuse box. They adjusted the recycler description to further match the Steam release. They fixed streamer mode, showing the streamer name of the player on the interaction menu for sleeping bags and beds. This is a big deal. So if I'm in streamer mode, now I can't see the bags on the ground and the actual players' names of them. So that no longer exists. So my little investigation with the old stream snipies is a little whatever, but who cares? All right, they added a missing select tooltip on the main menu. They fixed death screen not showing weapon information when killed by a junk piled scientist. They fixed the hotbar auto equip, changing the selected items when driving a boat. They added information to the control layout page in the options menu to show how to holster equipped items. Hold left or right on the D-pad, which they didn't have before. Updated console-specific server category names to only mention the platform. They fixed an infinite loading screen after pressing start. They fixed the main menu locking up after leaving the server list. They also fixed the loss of input in menus after switching profiles while selecting a server. They fixed an exploit for code locks, which allowed players to guess codes, which, yeah, that one was ridiculous. All right, so here's a big one. For graphics, fixed the keypad screen on the code lock crate appearing white. It now has a red texture when it's locked. They added a missing light effect when aiming laser sight. They fixed broken wood decals on trees persisting after the tree has already been cut down. They fixed the broken wood decals on trees covering the red. They fixed an issue which caused the decal on a wooden door which would be visible on both sides of the door. They fixed a graphical issue on hemp plants by players which caused them to turn black. They fixed a bug that caused sleeping player models flashing in and out of view. They reduced the size of the ore node particles. They fixed the sheet metal world model appearing black when flipped. They removed the sparks generated by the fire arrows hitting on objects. They fixed the code lock visually disappearing from the tool cover. Fixed blood effects not appearing on screen when the player has low health, and they fixed white textures inside the hobo barrel. They fixed textures that were invisible on the key lock when placed on a garage door, and they fixed an issue which highlighted the destroyed barrel's gibs when looking at items, period. They fixed a bug which allowed the pickup prompt to show when a container has items. They fixed an issue which caused bushes to disappear when observing them through a 4x scope, which they did before. When you zoomed in with the scope, the thing wouldn't render in, so you could see right through a bush. So if somebody's hiding in it, you caught them. They fixed LOD issues on multiple objects when viewing through binoculars and 4x zoom scope. They fixed an issue which caused the flare's light to disappear after the player moves away from it. Adjusted the sheet metal wall to now correctly react properly when illuminated. They fixed a bug that caused trees to change LOD when being shot, and they fixed the raw fish world model texture being extremely dark. Woo! They fixed a chain link fence gate turning opaque during the open and close animation. They fixed an issue which caused campfires to shine extremely bright. Adjusted the water bucket texture to match the Steam release. Fixed the lamp restore, which was missing when viewed from afar. They also fixed the placeholder text being shown in the killed by section on the corpse of a player that died from the effects. Audio effects, big deal. We all wanted it to be fixed. Fixed various cases of the loud audio pop when using the rowboat rib, causing all sounds to disappear, which is great that they fixed it. Fixed a bug that caused the audio to be out of sync when cycling through the player hotbar. They changed the loading screen music so that it now fades into the wake up screen. Added a new metallic ambient sound inside a dome, which is cool. Fixed an issue which caused the audio sliders to not control the sound volume, and they adjusted the volume of the BBQ sound effects as it was very loud. They also added a missing reload sound when firing the pump shotgun. They added sound effects and VFX to high external walls when they are destroyed, and adjusted the player microphone icon to correctly display the volume of the speaking player. Others fixed a crash that could occur when joining a server, and I'm done. No, I don't want to save that. Anyways, with that being said, one of the biggest things and takeaways from that is there was one item on the list where they said that they fixed the reflections of water, but not for the old gen consoles. So, what does that lead me to believe? If they're fixing the reflection of water and how it works, and it's only for new gen, this might be a step in the right direction where they start to separate old gen and new gen. Not trying to isolate anybody or silo them or alienate them, but giving the people who have the better consoles a little bit more quality for the game that they play a lot. Now, does this mean this is going to be separate servers and forever Rust Console Edition is going to be separated into two communities? No, but I think it's cool that they're working on some of those things because the next gen consoles honestly can freaking handle it. It's not rocket science. We know it can. So it's good that they're optimizing little tiny things in order for us to get more bang for our buck, because our next gen consoles are beasts. But needless to say, I don't know where that puts them with future content or how much they're going to add for the new consoles compared to the old. I don't know what they're doing or what their game plan is roadmap wise, so don't shoot me. But that is just one piece, okay? They've got a lot of fixes that they're implementing on the PTB right now that is supposed to improve our gameplay on the Rust Console Edition, period. That long laundry list that you see is exactly what's in there now. You guys should be on there testing, and I'm letting know. Do note, I have seen in the thread on their Discord that people are still experiencing loading in issues that they could see through bases when they load in. That's still a thing. That's not fair, and obviously they got to address that because that takes away the PvP aspect. That takes away your hidden TC. If you build a bunker, they know where to hit it. That is a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, big issue. Most of those pain points that we had as Rust console players are addressed. So hopefully it does work. Now, if you guys want to go on their Discord and I think they're doing a poll on there, go ahead and be a part of that. Honestly, go vote. Let them know what kind of feedback you want to give them about the game that you're playing, which is the PTB. Obviously, I can give mine directly, but give yours through Discord. So with that being said, I want to know what you think about this patch and all the fixes. I know it was long. I know you ran out of popcorn. You probably had to go take a piss or go talk to your mom. But at least we got it done. And this is the patch notes for the PTB in this huge update that just came out for the Rust Console Edition. I will see you guys literally on stream or on video soon. I'm done talking. That was the longest list I've ever read in my life. Freaking get the hell out of here. All right? Jeez. Bye. See ya. Get out of my video. Get out. Go play Rust Console. Test the crap out of it. Complain. Get out.